I'm not a lawyer, but Diddy has filed a third motion to get out on bond while he's waiting for his trial. And the prosecutors are saying he's been acting up in jail. So there's no reason he should be allowed out on bond if he can't even act right in jail. You know I read the full motion, so let me tell you about it. A little bit of context, Diddy's first two motions for bond were denied. So with this latest renewed motion, he's proposing much more restrictions. The package includes a $50 million bond, 24/7 monitoring, no access to phone or internet. He says he's still trying to sell his plane, and anything else that the judge would require, he's willing to do if they let him out. He also notes that there are two people who were recently indicted that have a similar situation to him, and those people were given a bond. He's talking about the CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch and his partner, who were charged with trafficking and interstate payment for intimate activity. Those two were charged and given a $500,000 bond and a $10 million bond. They have ankle monitors, but no additional security. So he's saying, why can they be let out and I can't? But again, the feds are saying absolutely not. In their response to Diddy's motion, they say even before Diddy was locked up, he was trying to tamper with witnesses, allegedly. There's a witness that the motion calls witness number 1, who had been calling and trying to get in contact with Diddy from the end of 2022 all the way until January of 2024. The feds say during that whole time, Diddy never responded or got back in touch with this person. And then 1 week after this person was served a grand jury subpoena for this case, Diddy all of a sudden reached out to them. At one point, even calling this person's wife in order to get in contact with him. And that's not the only witness the feds say that Diddy has tried to tamper with. Witness number 2, who the feds say was at one point Diddy's bandmate, was contacted by Diddy to make sure that she was on his side and to get her to make a public statement on his behalf. Specifically, the motion says that Diddy reached out to witness number 2 on September 11, 2024, and sent her a copy of a lawsuit filed against him in which this witness's name was mentioned several times. Did y'all ever watch that video I made about Don Richards' lawsuit from Danity Kane? So Diddy then called witness number 2 after sending her the lawsuit. They spoke for a few minutes. The witness allegedly read the lawsuit, then called Diddy back. And the feds are saying that Diddy and this witness evidently discussed drafting a statement because a few days later on September 13th, 2024, this witness made a statement about the lawsuit via an Instagram post. Completely unrelated. Did y'all ever see that post by Kalina from Dirty Money that she posted on September 13th, 2024? The motion goes on to say that during a sweep of Diddy's cell, there were some notes that were discovered that imply Diddy paid witness number 2 after that post was made. But then the government says that if everything we've said is not enough to keep him in jail, there's more. The feds say since Diddy has been locked up, he has continued to try to evade law enforcement monitoring, corruptly influence witness testimony, and further attack the integrity of these proceedings. They give an example that has to do with inmates' phone access code numbers, or PAC numbers. So basically, inmates are given PAC numbers, and when they want to make a phone call, they have to enter their PAC number. And in the event law enforcement needs to go back and retrieve or listen to these calls, they're able to search and do so by that PAC number. Well, prosecutors in this case are saying that since Diddy's been in jail, he's been using at least 8 inmates' PAC numbers. PAC numbers to make calls to people who are not on his approved contact list. And he's allegedly been having his people pay these inmates so that he can continue to use their numbers. The feds also say that they've reviewed multiple calls where Diddy will call his attorneys or family members and then have them three-way call other people that are, again, not on his approved contact list, which they say is against the rules. There's also some kind of messaging app called Contact Me ASAP, where the feds say Diddy has been using an email address that he says is his son's, but it's really not, as well as another inmate's email address in order to communicate with people who are, again, not on his approved contact list. And then finally, the feds are saying almost immediately since being arrested, Diddy has been telling his people that he wants to use public statements to alter the public's perception of him and taint the potential jury pool for this trial. And yes, they give examples. The motion says, at his carefully curated direction, Diddy got his children to post a video on social media of all of them gathered to celebrate his birthday.
Day to Daddy, happy birthday to Daddy.
I love y'all so much.
We love you too.
I just want to say I'm proud of y'all, especially the girls. I mean, all of y'all.
We love you all too. Can't wait to see you in a couple of days.
And then after it was posted, he allegedly monitored the analytics and audience engagement of the post and explicitly discussed with his family how to ensure that the video had his desired effect on the potential jury pool for this trial. So the feds go on to say that Diddy continues to be a danger, and if he can't follow the rules in jail, there's no reason he's going to follow them if he's allowed out. Plus, they're not convinced that he's not going to flee. So I guess we will see if the judge sides with Diddy and his team and releases him on bond, or if the judge is going to continue to side with the government and keep him locked up. What y'all think?